But we'll make this quick. We'll wrap up all our racist stuff all in one episode. We'll get it all out of the way, right? I was talking to this guy, interesting conversation with a guy who was Mexican, who was agreeing with me on this, by the way. So if you think I'm racist, I'm a white guy, I'm not allowed to say this. I'm just going to repeat the words of a Mexican brown man who was letting me know, we were talking about this, about the whole vaqueros. Everyone loves to talk about vaqueros. Everyone who hates white people loves to bring up vaqueros and how cowboys aren't real. They just copied vaqueros. Cowboys aren't, cowboy culture is just white people stealing brown people stuff. It's like colonized again. First of all, that's what Americans do best. Americans make the best stuff. Here's my like Texan coming out. Here's why I vibe with Texas so much, is because it also is kind of like this American mentality, this American vibe, which is based on reality, which is our truth because it is based on truth, is that like Americans make the best stuff. We are the best and we make the best things, or we take what was made and we make it better. We make it the best. Yeah, you have Chinese food. We will take it and make it better. You have pizza. Oh, hey, Italy, you made something called pasta and pizza. Yeah. Okay, that's ours now. Any kind of food that's out there, everyone always loves about like foreign food. Oh, their food's so tasty. Their food's so good. I'll hand over my nation because my dinner is tasty tonight. But all of that is just because like America took those foods and made them better. Those people brought their foods from their other countries here, and we kind of added the right extra spices, a bunch of little alterations to it, mix it up, chop it up, fuse it with some stuff, and then we make it better, dude. Americans, and specifically like European white Americans, just they colonize and they make it better. They take Africa and they make it better. They take the foods of the world, they make it better. Someone starts discovering a technology over there, we take it and we like make it good. We make it useful and powerful. So that's kind of what we do best, for better or for worse. You can hate that. You can say we're colonizers and robbers and thieves. It's like, or you can thank us for making your tacos taste better. Yeah, hey, thanks for the concept of a taco. Okay, yeah, thank you. We're going to take it from here. We're going to make it better. We're going to perfect it. And you can say that's mean or whatever because it's not the original taco, but now you have a better taco, so you should be thanking us. Just like in the Spanish-Mexican War, this is what me and this guy were talking about. It's like, dude, Mexicans need to be thanking America for not taking more. Like, we messed them up so hard in that war. That tyrant Santa Anna, that's what we were talking about. This guy was like, dude, everyone in Mexico hated that guy anyways. They had a king, a ruler, president or king, Santa Anna. Everyone hated him. He was constantly like fighting off rebellions from within because everyone in Mexico hated him. We came and just embarrassed him, decimated him, sent him back running all the way. We sent our armies down and conquered the whole country. We conquered the mountains, conquered the desert with ease. And when we went all the way down there, instead of finishing the job and just taking all the land, we were pretty nice and chill and like retreated our armies and drew a line where it is today, the borderline where it is today. And we said, you know what? We'll take this half and you can take all of this down here. And I just think Mexicans are pretty ungrateful. And this Mexican guy was agreeing. We were like, dude, I think Mexicans need to thank the whites a little more. I think the Mexicans need to be thankful to America that they didn't take all of it. America should have, but didn't take all of Mexico and make it the 51st state or the whatever it was at that time state. Mexico should have ended up being like 4 different states in America. And we were like, you know what? We'll be nice. We'll let you have that. We just fully conquered you, defeated you, embarrassed you. We can take whatever we want from you right now. We'll only take California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. That's all we're going to take. So instead of being angry and being like, you're on stolen land, this is indigenous land, the Mexicans are going to take their land back. It's like, dude, first of all, chill. No, you're not. Second of all, you should be a little more grateful and thankful, And if you keep talking like that, we might come back and finish the job, We could always come back and finish what we started, So, hey, Mexicans out there, thank a white guy today. Hey, Mexicans, thank an American today for not taking your country, for the fact that you can say, I am Mexican, because Mexico existed, because we were nice enough to let you guys keep existing, you know? You should be thanking us. And it's the same with the Vaqueros. So the Vaquero thing is, you know, they claim that, oh, the whites who came to Texas saw what the Vaqueros were doing and copied it and then made it better. And that's what you see today. The modern rancher, the modern rodeo, the modern cowboy is just based on when the whites came to Texas and they saw what the Vaqueros were doing. They took that culture, they took all of that stuff and made it into cowboy culture, you know, that Texas rancher cowboy culture. That's the claim. That's when the people who hate whites say, look, see, we did it first and the whites just copied. The whites have no culture. So two parts to that. First of all, if that's true, if that's what happened, let's say that's also the story there is right there. Then, okay, well, we showed up, we took what you made and we made it better, like America does. Okay, sure. You want to play that game? Well, I'll say everything that you claim is true. You're kind of missing the broader, bigger point that's like, well, then why aren't Vaqueros still here? Well, then why didn't the Cowboys become Vaqueros if it was better and superior and there first? It's like, well, clearly that thing you're clinging on to as being like former greatness, the make Mexico great again mindset of like clinging to the past greatness and trying to bring it back foolishly into the present day. Okay, sure. Well, the fact that doesn't exist, the fact it went away proves that like the Americans did it better. You know, it's kind of ironic, but also the truth of the story, which I didn't really realize until this guy kind of brought up this point, is that Vaqueros themselves came from Spanish culture. So everyone likes to like start in the middle of the story because it helps prove their argument right? So all these people like to say, well, the white people showed up and stole the culture from Vaqueros, but they don't like to talk, but let's not talk about where the Vaqueros got the culture from, which was the Spanish who came from Europe. So it's like the Spanish Europeans come to America. They bring horses with them. They bring like animal husbandry. They bring like ropes. They bring technology. They bring like a systems of government. They bring culture, languages, you know, and they eventually that kind of gets taken by the natives, the Indios, the indigenous peoples, kind of take all of this stuff that the Spanish brought and they mix it with their, you know, cultures and traditions and customs, and that becomes Vaqueros. Vaqueros are the indigenous people of America, were influenced by a bunch of European Spanish stuff, given horses, given ropes, given, you know, textiles, given a bunch of stuff that is quote unquote Vaquero culture, came from European Spanish people. There were no horses here. There was no cotton clothes here. There were no ropes here. Like all of this stuff is European technology, European culture, European languages. They come, they bring it. The Vaqueros kind of emerge out of that, you know, this weird mixture of like indigenous culture and vibes mixed with the European technology. And then here comes Vaqueros. So now here's this new creation after the Europeans came called Vaqueros. And then 100 years later, here comes a different European group of white people that come. They see the Vaqueros and they go, oh, we like what you're doing here. Let's also make it better. Let's also take what you guys made. You guys took the Spanish stuff and mixed it with your own indigenous stuff, and it made this cool things happen. Let's also take what's good from our Anglo-Saxon culture and also mix it in, and then let's perfect it and make cowboy culture. And let's make rodeo culture. And these whole people who just hate white people, they just want to be like, well, we were the best and white people suck. And it just doesn't matter the facts. It doesn't matter the logic. It doesn't matter the history, the timeline, the truth. It just is like seething and coping. No, somehow the white people have to be bad and stupid and not good. Somehow we have to make it so the Browns were first, the Browns were better, when everything just points to the opposite. And it's not even that big of a deal. It's like, I don't know, the Spanish had a lot of good, cool, useful stuff. The indigenous people had a lot of cool, useful stuff. And then like the Anglo whites had a lot of cool, useful stuff. Like all these people kind of come together to eventually trial and error their way into what we have today, which is like the perfection that is like Texas cowboy culture, the awesome, godly, righteous thing that is like rodeo culture in America, that Americana culture. But it just has to become a racist thing. It has to become somehow white people are bad. But it's just funny. It's ironic that I was getting lectured and educated, and like I was like, whoa, that's a good point, from like a brown Mexican telling me that like white people are actually awesome and people need to stop hating on them so much and thank us more, you know? So, you know, hey, I don't need your thanks. I will accept the Gulf of America as a due compensation. You know, we don't need to take any more of your land. You can have Mexico. We'll let you have Mexico. We won't retake it from you. Don't worry, guys. We'll let you have it. We'll let you keep it. Don't worry. You know, it's all right. We'll just like pretend to let you guys have vaquero culture. Oh, cool. You were the first cowboys because you like spun ropes around and did little dances in colorful clothing. Cool. I'll let you have that. I'll let you have it. It's okay. That's fine. Now give us the Gulf of America back and be a little more grateful, you know, when you come into our country. That's all we ask. Obey our laws, you know, be a little more grateful, be a good person, do good, be good, love, and be loved, be useful and available in your community, be the light and love of Jesus Christ, and let's all just get along as brothers and sisters together, united in him. So racist ran over. Racist ran over. We'll move on. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom. Last thing I'll bring up, as we admire the cool, weird chicken rooster looking ducks that apparently live around here in New Orleans, forgot to bring up, there was just a cool little poetic moment where I'm walking to a gas station in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So between me, my truck, and the store is like a little gaggle, a little grouping of birds. There's like a crow, a pigeon, a little like tiny little bird. There was like 4 different birds. I kid you not, one of each different type of bird. I have a picture of it. I'll put a picture. I'll like insert a picture on the YouTube, on the video broadcast of this right here to kind of show you what I'm talking about. I didn't get the best picture, but there was 4 different birds and they were all like trying to attack this little pack of scraps. You know, it was like a little like thing of crackers, you know, where it was like at this point it was just dust because it was like had been walked on and it's just trash. It's just on the ground. There's like a cracked open bag, crumbs of crackers spilling out, and these birds are frantically trying to like fight each other to get it. And as soon as one goes in to grab it, the other ones kind of like flap their wings or shout. And so they're all kind of almost playing defense on each other. It's like these 4 birds kind of keep trying to like pick up the scraps, try to get the trash, you know, and they're all kind of being unsuccessful at it. And one by one, and I stopped there. I'm in the middle of this gas station. I'm like in the middle of the, you know, not by the gas pump, not by like the actual like convenience store itself, just like in the middle of the parking lot, gazing upon, staring at this little gaggle, this little grouping of birds fighting over scraps, fighting over trash. Because it was like the most poetic, perfect example of America. It was like, this is America. Childish Gambino, this is America right here. It's different birds fighting over like the scraps. And then there's me standing over it, laughing and admiring and theorizing and talking about what's happening while I like take pictures, you know? I'm like standing there with my smartphone, like taking pictures as the peasants, as the goys just fight over what's left in America, the scraps that are left in America. The Jews are just sitting there like taking pictures and laughing about it. Dude,